there was a suspicion floating around that the song was maybe not even made by a human.
Well,
but I put it through an AI detector that believed it was 91% sure it wasn't AI.
I feel like we need an AI detector for the AI detectors.
I know, yeah.
Talo for Lover, I'm Madeleine Chapman, editor of The Spin-Off. Welcome to Behind the Story, where I go behind the scenes of a big article on the spin-off from the week. If you want a weekly rundown of some of the best reads from the spin-off every Saturday, make sure you sign up to the weekend newsletter. Today I'm talking to staff writer Gabi Lardies about a breaking news story in the world of music. Elemeno P just released a new song for the first time in 13 years. But is it real? After receiving a tip-off from an Elemeno P fan about a suspiciously sounding new song from the local band, Gabi followed the trail to a Ukrainian music producer, a distribution platform being sued for $500 million, and the unresolved question, if it's not Elemeno P, why is it on their official music pages? Here's Gabi Lardies on Behind the Story. Kia ora, Gabi.
Hi, man. Good morning.
Thanks for being on the podcast. We're going to talk about a story that you wrote yesterday.
Yes.
It was a quick turnaround.
Yep.
I got a tip from somebody, thank you, Richard, on Instagram yesterday morning saying that he had subscribed to Elemeno P on various music platforms and therefore got a notification. Like he's waiting for that music. Yeah. And he had got a notification to say that Elemeno P had released a new song, which is huge because they have not released a song in over a decade. He clicked on the song and it did not sound, as he said, like Elemeno P at all. And he wanted us to investigate. So I passed it over to you. What is the first thing that you did in looking into the story?
The first thing I did was find it on YouTube and look at the artwork, which in itself was an experience. It's sort of got that AI perfect sheen to the artwork. It's this head of a cyborg lady, but I actually think it's not drawn by AI because like her ear is the right shape.
AI hasn't figured out how to draw ears yet.
Maybe it has.
Certainly vibes AI on the
AI
skin.
Vibes.
Yeah. So already that's a bit of a question mark. We're going to play a bit of the song because if anyone who is listening is familiar with iconic local band Elemeno P from the early 2000s, they would maybe know what to expect even from a new Elemeno P song. And this is Shiver, supposedly by Elemeno P.
I think that might be enough. It's so high drama.
That sounds like a cross between a Hans Zimmer ripoff and Step Up the Streets. Final dance battle in the rain. That is what I hear. I don't hear Elemeno P.
No, I also did not hear Elemeno P because they're kind of known for like being a rock band that has instruments and also, you know, that kind of screaming, bouncy voice and also being quite like fun and not this drama rising up.
Dramatic score.
Yeah.
So it became, you first listen, you go, this doesn't seem like Elemeno P. This doesn't seem like their big comeback.
Yeah.
How did you then find who it really was?
I went on Spotify and there's this little button where you can see the song credits. And it had these two names I didn't recognize at all and are definitely not members of Elemeno P because both of them are Ukrainian, as it turns out. Just plug their names into Google. One is like an art director who lives in London. And I thought, maybe he made the artwork. Maybe that's how a art director got involved in this song credit. And the other one is actually a music producer, Ole Stephenson, or I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. Yes, he's got a very active Facebook page and posts heaps of electronically made music.
So reasonably similar to what we just heard.
Oh,
is what you're saying?
Quite similar, I thought. Yeah.
So I guess your logical conclusion sounds like this.
It sounded like this guy had made it, yeah. But before this, was it you that had a suspicion it was AI? There was a suspicion floating around that the song was maybe not even made by a human.
Well,
but I put it through an AI detector that believed it was 91% sure it wasn't AI.
I feel like we need an AI detector for the AI detectors.
I know, yeah.
But
couldn't trust it that much.
Let's say it wasn't made by AI.
Yeah.
And it was made by this producer. The question of how it ended up in Elemeno P's YouTube page and Apple account, and still there by the looks of it, you found this kind of fairly dodgy looking, came back to this fairly dodgy looking website.
Yeah. So on the YouTube caption, it said, this is provided by TuneCore. So I thought, what's TuneCore? Googled them, went on their website. They're basically a platform that allows musicians to get their songs onto other platforms. I guess it is easier. And it's a subscription service. I think it's like $30 a month or something. So not heaps. But
$30 a month?
Yeah.
That's quite a lot.
Oh, I thought it wasn't that much. I don't know. What do things cost? I don't know.
$30 a month seems a lot for a company to charge that is being actively sued by pretty much every major label in the world.
Yeah, for $500 million.
I guess they need those $30 a month subscriptions in. So this website seems to be this strange kind of, you put your music in and we'll make sure it appears on various platforms, which potentially explains why on Spotify it's not under the official Elemeno P Spotify, but it is under an artist called Elemeno P full stop.
Yes, which has no other songs.
Yeah, that vibe's quite scammy.
Yeah.
But I still don't understand how it's on the official Elemeno P YouTube page, which I presume is moderated and managed by somebody who knows or is connected with Elemeno P, the band.
Yes. That question, I think, is still remaining kind of unanswered in how it actually got there, because sort of near the end of yesterday, I emailed Universal New Zealand, who Elemeno P is signed to, and they basically just replied and said it's a mistake that can happen sometimes. But I'm not sure where the mistake happened. I feel like it happened somewhere on the TuneCore website. But how?
And is it because then you say, well, they seem to suggest that it was because sometimes bands have similar names, which is why TuneCore is also being sued because they have, quote unquote music that is made by artists that have names that are just basically misspellings of very famous actual artists. Like Ariana Grande.
I think it was Grande.
Ariana Grande.
and Justin Bieber.
Yes, so this...
Someone's making money off typos.
But then...
Yeah.
And then I guess, so then that goes and it gets auto-corrected and then tries to end up on someone's face. And it's very confusing.
It's very confusing.
But it does kind of suggest this whole new world of potential stories and things like that, which is just the fact that 5 years ago, you would have never written, even 2 years ago, maybe even 1 year ago, you would never have written a song about trying to find out how a random song with AI-generated artwork and potentially AI-generated music ended up on the Elemeno P
accounts, like
official
their official accounts. And that's why this is different to what Universal Music, etc., are actually suing for, because what they're suing for isn't fake songs going on real accounts. It's like fake songs going on fake accounts, emulating real accounts.
Right, I see.
But the music went straight onto the real account, apart from on Spotify where they got a little typo.
So we didn't...
So it's a bit different, but I don't know if it's part of that same kind of scam world or if it's a genuine accident.
Well, yeah, because they're not trying to sound like Elemeno P.
No.
This does just sound like this random producer's music.
Yeah.
And you did get an update. It published early this morning, which is Friday morning. You said you have an update from this morning.
Well, of course I Facebook messaged him because
sure.
You can actually message anyone on the internet.
The power of the internet.
And they reply, even from the other end of the world.
You're just discovering how internet works.
So Olis Stepanov said, "Hello, I am composer, arranger, and mixing engineer of this song, but Elemeno P is not my music project." And then he said owner and linked me to this other guy. So he must have made the song for this other guy, who appears to be like a Ukrainian content producer, Dmitro.
So his name is not Smellameno P.
It's
and
not.
That's how it ended
There's no Elemeno P here at all. Still.
This is...
But
so we still don't have an answer of how it ended up there.
Kind of hippie style content. Yeah, they're real. That's him with the bowl.
So there's all real people making real
content,
weird music and content, and just.
But it still doesn't
somehow
explain.
It's just ended up. Could this one potential is that it is just a purely harmless
error
accident?
Yeah.
That just so happens to also include TuneCore, who are being sued for $500 million and so clearly have had some questionable practices. And sometimes when we do investigations here at the Spin-Off, we do not get an actual answer. It's more about simply pointing out what is out there. Maybe someone, if you know what could have possibly happened, feel free to email either Gabi or I, and I'm not going to say what our emails are if you cannot find them.
Yeah.
You are no investigator to us. Thank you very much, Gabi, for being on Behind the Story. Gabi's article, Elemeno P just released a new song for the first time in 13 years, but is it real? Is available to read on thespinoff.co.nz. That was Gabi Lardies on Behind the Story.
Yeah, that's real.
Please don't analyze it. I'm not the guy.